Hi, my name is Carlos Medina, contractor with the Fort Eustis R2 Performance Center, part of the Army Resilience Directorate. You've probably seen a lot of videos on social media recently about ways to manage and deal with stress during this pandemic. Most of those videos probably encourage you to lower your stress levels. Some might even try to tell you to eliminate stress completely. But what if I told you that stress isn't always a bad thing? In fact, stress can be good for us. And the way that we think about stress has an impact on how it affects us in our daily lives. People who view stress as helpful are more likely to cope with stress proactively. So today, I'm going to talk to you about one way that you can rethink your stress in a more helpful way. And I'll also give you some practical steps that you can take to help you feel hopeful and courageous in the midst of this global pandemic. You've probably heard of the fight or flight response in terms of how our body deals with stress. Generally speaking, it goes like this. We're presented with a stressor. The two stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, increase in our body. Our heart rate starts to increase. Our hands get clammy, we get butterflies, and we're prepared to either fight the threat or run away from it. But the classic fight or flight response is not the only way our bodies respond to stress. There's actually another biological response that causes us to deal with stress differently. This info comes from the book The Upside of Stress by Dr. Kelly McGonigal. When we're under stress, the hormone oxytocin is released, otherwise known as the love hormone, and it causes us to seek social connection. This is what's known as the tend and befriend response. The tend and befriend response to stress does two things. One, it causes us to show an increase in caring for others, whether it's a family member, children, spouse, members of the community. And two, it causes us to befriend or increase actions that strengthen social ties, like listening to others, spending time together, and providing emotional support. The desire to connect is a natural response to stress and can be a major source of resilience in the face of adversity. Caring for other people literally changes the chemistry of our brain, reduces feelings of fear, and increases feelings of courage. So how can the tend and befriend response help you during this chaotic time? Anytime you choose to help others, you activate the tend and befriend response. You can capitalize on your brain's biology and seek opportunities to connect with and help others. If you focus on comforting and caring for others, you change your own stress responses. By helping others, you reduce your own feelings of fear and increase feelings of optimism. When you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, look for ways to do something for someone else. Some things that you might want to consider if you have friends or family members who are healthcare workers on the front lines of this pandemic, Venmo them $5 so they can buy themselves a coffee before their next shift. Schedule FaceTime or Zoom calls with family members and friends that you haven't seen in a while. Check in on your elderly neighbors and offer to do a grocery run for them if they're unable to leave their home. Make a donation to your local food bank. You can set a goal of doing one small thing to help someone else every day. You may have already noticed yourself feeling a strong urge to reach out to others during this pandemic. That's your brain's natural way of coping with stress. Not only do others benefit from your acts of kindness, but you do as well. If you want to learn more about how to rethink your stress, check out the book The Upside of Stress by Dr. Kelly McGonigal. And for more tips on how to stay resilient during this pandemic, be sure to check out Army Resilience Directorate on Facebook at U.S. Army Resilience Directorate and on Twitter at Army Resilience. See you next time.